Hey, 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 hey. How you doing? Hey. How you doing? I was worried, John. I was worried about this live because I couldn't find it. Tina hit me. She said, I don't see it. I said, I don't see it either. I said, did YouTube kick me out? I ain't did nothing yet. So y'all look. So I was trying to balance it and put it in the blind, right? So I was like, oh yeah, I'm loving it on this side. Then when I did it, because see, the blind went in before the red came on time. I didn't like it on both sides. I don't know. It didn't balance with me. But then when I see it, I said, well, I kind of want it back on the other side. I don't know, y'all. I'm tossed right now. I'm tossed. Counting to being 42. Okay, because I'll be 43 in a few hours. But I don't know. Let me see if YouTube will let me come in and say hello. I'm like, how you telling me that my last live is the day before my birthday? It still is the day before my birthday, but it's later in the day. And it was like, look, Daniel, we ain't got time for you. I was like, you two, don't do me like that. Don't you dare do me like that. And they was like, we are. Susan, how you doing? Cool Gamer, how you doing? Mary Ann, how you doing? Mary Ann, how you doing? You know what? Hold on. Because I'm wondering if my baby still ain't. Because I'm telling y'all, up until right now, I couldn't find it. That's why I was telling her, like, I can't find it either. I told her, well, I'm not letting nothing worry me today. I'm not. I'm not gonna let it not coming up. I said, well, when I find out, when I go to push record, when I jump in on the record, then I know, oh, is it working? Is it not? So let's see. But yeah, how y'all doing on this evening? There's my Tina. Hey, I just sent it to you. I'm like, I was just telling them how you sent me a text like you couldn't find it. I was like, I can't find it either. We can't find it together. We can't find it together. And I came in here. I said, you know what? I tried to find it before I came in. I said, you know what? I can't find it. I'm just gonna go and push. I'm just gonna push record, and see what happened. I pushed record, and I came in. And I seen you. I said, wait a minute. I guess it's working. It might be working, y'all. It might be working. It is my birthday in a couple of hours, y'all. Thank you, thank you, Marianne. I Yeah, like I said, today it's been a good day. Like I said, I had put I had completely put it around the blonde, and then when I got done, because I had to put the top on, the pair over that part on, and then when I got done, I was like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So then I had to take the whole top up to take this middle part off, to take this whole middle all the way around off. And then I said, wait a minute. When I got halfway through, I said, but I do like the right side of it. I just do. I do. So I go from the right to the mid back. So at least in my OCD, at least it's halfway through my head. It's not just a piece. Because I was like, oh, then I guess I'll just go all red. But I was like, I really wanted to put some color in the color. So this is my finishing product. This is 43 on me. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, sis. But yeah, so how was you guys' day? Like I said, I have made sure I stay in nothing but positivity today. Like I've actually felt like a lot of love. I felt real good thinking about the fact that my mom is just, she's getting her book published or something she really wants that's big. And she's always, she's been an educator before. She's been a great mom. She's been all these things, but she's always wanted to be a writer. So I'm excited for her. I'm excited that during pandemic she got her master's, and when she was finishing it during the pandemic. She had started before, but she received it during the pandemic when they didn't even get to have graduations. So she just did a drive by everybody's house, and we saluted her and put up signs and anything anybody had for her for that day. We did it. So that's real good. And I was thinking about that in the last year. And I was thinking about how good my sister is doing with her business and with her endeavors, and and then me, how I am like really growing in myself and being everything I always was, but just being that, not being held down by the pain, not being held down by the anger, not trying to be heard, but being heard. And so I just thought, like, wow, when you think of this year, we came a long way. In the end, this year for us to like I said, every year is another year, especially when you lose someone. But for everyone to just be, I won't say good because I never want to make it sound like you, because you never whole, but they were good. And so that made me excited. So it's just been, as far as I'm concerned, it's been a really good day. It's been a really good day. And I get a little nervous when this day comes because I never know how I'm gonna feel, or what everybody's gonna, how they're gonna feel. So it was a really good day today. And that's why I was like, you know what? Before I even go, I've actually led the day. I went to Wendy's earlier and it was delicious. And I went to Wendy's earlier and I had a baked potato and I wanted chili and a baked potato so I could eat it my own way. And they put it on there, but it wasn't bad as long as you just ate it instantly. 'Cause once it cools off, I'm like, I kind of don't want it anymore. But yeah, it was good. That was much earlier. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come live for about an hour, so that's my goal, is to come for an hour. I'll run my mouth though. But I was like, I'm gonna come live for an hour and then I'm gonna relax in. I'm gonna light this candle and let it burn for the remainder of the evening. And that's really it. I'm gonna relax. I was thinking about taking, I have this sugar scrub I got from Margine and I have a bath bomb. And I was thinking about, honestly, at like 11, just getting in the bath and just chilling, and then putting on some comfy pajamas and just bringing in the year like that. So, when I say the year, I'm bringing in my new year, my 43rd chapter. And I thought that's how I really want to bring it, like relaxed, just nice and relaxed. Go to bed just nice and relaxed. That's my goal. That is my goal. But I know my mind gets running and I'll look up, it'll be 12. It'll be 12 o'clock. And then it'll be 1 o'clock. Yeah. And so I do plan to definitely do a morning lab. I'm trying my best because, like I said, your adrenaline will be up. I'll be up at midnight. I'll be up at like a little kid. That's why I can wait till the morning to say, it's my body and I cry if I want to cry. And it's not even my body, but still. I think we should all really be excited about our birthday. Not for gifts, not for that, but just because we made it to another year. You know what I mean? Made it. I made it. Who would have told me I'd have made it? Hey, Mary, how you doing, sis? How you doing? I know it was the night before my birthday and all through this hotel. And now that Danny was stirring. I was stirring. Oh, I will be stirring. But yeah, I'm just excited. Oh, you did. Oh, and that's why I said I just kind of want to like 10:30, 11, just get into a bath and just get nice and relaxed. Just nice and comfortable. And that's what I just feel like doing. I'm like, are you really getting to that age where that's how you want? I mean, but I've really been off the like having to do something big. If I see the ones I love and that happy birthdays, I'm always like excited. But when I was younger, I always just knew like this one year is gonna be the year that is just the biggest year of my years, and then when you get so mad when things aren't, or like if you're in a relationship and you think, oh, they're gonna definitely get me this, and I've been talking about it all year, and they're gonna get, and then they don't, and then y'all upset. So a long time ago, I got over that mode about birthdays. Mm-hmm. Mm. Finish writing it, sis. Oh, and you know what? Man, when it comes to those Charlie horses, the worst is when they wake you up out your sleep. I've had them so bad it'll wake you up out your sleep and it'll make your toes stand up like they can't. Oh, sis. And some say it's lack of water, some say it's calcium, some say you get Charlie horses for lack of oxygen. I'm like, I don't know. I just know they're very painful. And I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. Yeah, Charlie horses suck. Oh my goodness. Oh, when I think about them. But like I said, I've literally moved my leg and I can feel, oh, it's about to come. and then it wake you straight up because it's and then I've had the one where you've had like in your inner thigh, like it's shot all the way uh you can't hold your leg straight. And some people say, just straighten out your leg and like shoot, like point your feet up toward the air. And no, that don't work. But now me, I will I know it's torture, but I will have to get up and try to walk on it. Like walk it out. Just I hate to think about them. Bossy, how you doing, sis? Love you too, sis. Thanks for waking up to come in and say hello. Hope you're feeling good, sis. Love you. Oh, okay. That's why you get your Charlie horses. Okay. So is there a reason because of that? Is it because like I said, I know it's so many. I just never really got what a Charlie horse was. Like, what brings them on? How can you prevent them from ever happening? Like, okay. Oh, so you'll have it where you can still feel the Charlie horse as it's, I always call it like the Charlie horse breaking down and then or coming up, and you can still kind of feel it. I've got a Charlie horse with my calf. It's just like one muscle because it's just a rock. Because I don't. Yeah, and that's what that's why I just said earlier. I've heard is potassium is needing more water. It's just and I'm like, oh my goodness, whatever it is, please. I know that when I finally start getting it down, I feel like I actually one of the things I feel like when I'm start breathing because I feel like it hurts so bad. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes when I'm in a lot of pain, I know I'm not breathing right. I'm almost holding my breath. I don't know if I think it's somewhere in my mind that's gonna make it better. But when I can start breathing, then I'll take like sips of water, room temperature water. Like, okay, let's try. Hopefully, it was some, maybe it was I didn't have enough water. I never know. But like I said, usually when I catch them, they'll catch me in my sleep. And they'll just wait. Mm. Yeah, like I said, yeah, those Charlie horses, those are nothing nice. Susan, you say you get them all the time. Yeah, those are nothing nice. Ugh. And like I said, I always know the worst ones because, like I said, your toes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's just too much. Oh, thank you for the congratulations to my mom. Like I said, so it's just been a year of living in your dreams, just being who you are. And it's always good to see it. And it's so good to see it when you see it in your friends, your family, the people you love, the people you watch, fight to get to that place. And you've always knew that's where they'd be. So I just felt like, all in all, it's been a good year. Like it's been a great year. And I'm just ready to see how much better it gets, how much, how much more life has to offer. Like I said, today I was sitting outside with Nino, and these planes were going by, and I noticed what looked like a smoke cloud. And I was told that when the atmosphere, where the air is cold, so cold up there, that's what it makes. It makes this little smoke cloud. And I realized that all these planes. So then I looked up, and it was just one line there, one line here, one line going east, one northeast, one. You know what I mean? They were going all these directions, and it made me realize one, how many planes are in the same airspace at the same time. I always know this is more than one, but I was like, because you could see the lines, it was like 9 of them. Just the lines just crossing each other, just perfectly going through. And I thought, wow, it's so funny how when you actually just pay attention to everything, you see things that were always in your face. You see things that you probably never looked up at the sky to even, notice it. But now I looked up at the sky and was like, oh my God, one, it shows how great these pilots are. And we should really salute pilots. And two, wow. So because of the cold, it makes this like, but it almost looks like they're leaving a trail right behind them. It was nice to me. That may be nothing to somebody, and somebody else may say, "Oh, I seen that my whole life. I've been noticed that. I've been know what that was caused." I didn't. I didn't. So I was like, "Wow." But it just shows when you stop looking at the you know how they say you can't see the forest for the trees, and then that's how I feel. I feel like when you wake up and you just your eyes aren't wide shut anymore, then you see everything. And when I see everything, I'm like, how did I miss all this stuff? Because I just let life pass me by. And that's why my shirt says, be your own beautiful. And even when I got this shirt, I thought, how beautiful is that? Like, be your own beautiful. Be your own beautiful. It's not what somebody else thinks you should be, or how they think you should be, or what's beautiful for them. You have to be who you are, what you dream to be, what you believe in, what you're built to be. And so it just feels good to be in that and be happy. Not because there's no shame. Like there's no shame that I'm in a hotel. There's no shame. There's no shame. There's no shame I was a teenage mother. There's no shame that I got a GED. There's no shame, and I'm gonna be my own beautiful. And I gotta know that even with the scars and cuts life has given me, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful from the inside out, and most can't say that. And I am, and because I could have easily just turned so dark that there was no coming back. Because sometimes when you go too far, it's not that people won't let you back; you won't let yourself go back. And I could have went that far. So I sit in the eve of my birthday, just being glad that I turned the light on. I'm just being glad that I decided that I picked peace. I'm so glad that I forgave myself, and I'm so glad that I started this channel. Like, you all have been my journal, my diary, my friends, my sisters, my brothers. You all have been my cheerleaders, my support, my shoulder. You all have taken me exactly as who I am and accepted me and loved on me for real. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know, I really do. Last year, I was just starting my channel and I was a month in, and I was still kind of coming out of the dark. Like I said, I was a candle. It was blowing on and off. Some days it get up, and my sis Quan, who was up in here earlier, she was telling me consistency. And it was that consistency that would give me the will to fight. Because when I would get up and want to come on here, I'd want to tell y'all the real good things I thought or wanted to do or how I felt or what I had came through, and not tell you about the dark where I sat in it. And if I did, I tell you, I wasn't going to tell you I'm sitting in it. And I just was me. And even when I fought it and said to myself, well, what did nobody want to hear it? Well, I'm not trying to, you know what I mean? I'm not teaching here. This isn't a class. This isn't YouTube 101. It's my life. 100% me. And it's me loving on people and being who I am. I'm not asking anybody to tell me why they don't or they aren't me, because they aren't me. I am me. And I'm comfortable in my skin, and I know I'm enough. And I know that life is only going to get greater. But one of the things I had to do was let me see that life is great. Enjoy what was beautiful in front of me. Enjoy what I could do. And that's it. And it's been a wonderful year. It's been bumps. It's been bruises. It ain't been perfect. But I know in everything that has happened in the last year, and everything good and everything bad, I know it's just all a part of the next chapter. And so I guess I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what 43 will bring. Because like I said, I thought I was 42 when I was 41. So I don't even know if I really enjoyed 41. But I know I stopped and I enjoyed every month by month of 42. I took it month by month. Everything was about the month I was in. And sometimes I had to shut down and be silent and be still because I knew if I didn't, I'd be going backwards. Because it's what I know, and sadly, it was what I started telling myself I was. That I was only angry because it's how I had to fight, and I didn't care if people thought I was mad and angry as long as I felt protected until I realized I was fighting me. I was fighting myself the hardest. So, like I said, I am thankful. I'm grateful. And one of the best things I did in the year for 42 in my 42nd chapter was starting this channel. It's a blessing. Because like I said, I really do. I come in here and I feel safe. I feel safe. So when I tell you all that I want to make sure everybody here is safe, I mean that. I mean that. I want it to be a safe place for us all. You know, because I don't know about y'all. I ain't come on here to get into the war. I ain't coming here to get into no drama. I ain't coming here to prove to nobody what, and I ain't coming here to answer to nobody. So I'm not. I'm not gonna do none of those things unless I'm answering Nino. Like I said, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we have the nerve to build walls and throw the key away. Because some of the walls, when I tore down walls, I realized there were walls there I forgot I even put up. And I was trying to figure out where I put the key. And some of my walls were invisible. And the only time I saw them was when something happened that triggered it to remind me that there was a wall there. And in my growth, I had to see me. I could no longer see anybody else, anybody I blamed, anybody else who had done me wrong, anybody else who had violated me, anybody else who had lied to me, anybody else who had hurt me. I couldn't see that part because I've been seeing that. I was seeing that the whole time. I could have told you the beginning, the middle, the end of that. I could have told you the first day they did me wrong. I could have told you all that. I started seeing me. I started seeing why did I know that somebody was doing me that wrong and I stayed. I started seeing me. And when I started seeing me, I knew that that's the person I could correct. That's the person that I can change. That's the person I can fix. That's the person I control. I don't control anyone else. I don't control their actions. I'm not here to justify or whatever with them. I got to worry about me, what it did to me, and what I need to do to fix that. And that's just what I started doing. And that was it. That was it. I just truly decided I didn't want to live like this anymore. Because I learned in that pain. Because one thing about life is it never stops throwing you uppercuts. It never stops kicking your ass. It doesn't. It doesn't. But what I learned is when you stay in the bad, when it kicks your ass, you just fall further down. Even when you know how to front like you're okay. Even when you know how to smile when you hurt, it just gets worse. And the voices in your head get louder. And they are screaming for help. And then you'll wonder why. Well, I wondered why people couldn't hear me when I wasn't even listening to myself. I wasn't following my first mind. I wasn't following my gut. I wasn't believing in what, you know what I mean? None of that. Because I had decided, well, if you was so, I would always question it. My gut would be telling me, go get up out of this right now. I be saying, no, that's just how I feel right now because I'm mad. That's how I feel right now because you know what? I don't really trust nobody because my last relationship, they cheated and they did this. And I always tell people, I've told my sister recently on here, my YouTube sister. I've told her recently, sometimes where you think women are the strongest, and as far as like with relationships, and they could just bounce back and they could just tell you, oh, it's over, or bump him, or I'm gonna move on. Sometimes they're not strong. It's just that my strength come in knowing that's not where I need to be right now. So for me, I haven't been in a relationship physically with anybody since 2019. And the truth is not because I couldn't. It's that simple, especially just screwing somebody. That's easy if anybody just wants to do that. But the truth is, I want to make sure I'm in order. Because sometimes where we're blaming the opposite sex, the problem is us. It's all the baggage we're carrying that they'll never be able to carry because you can't carry it. It's all the hurt and the abuse you're doing to yourself to get through. So whether it's I drink myself to sleep because I'm so hurt, whether it's I cry myself to sleep every night, so then I wake up sad, whether it's I beat up on myself about everything, how I look, what people think about me, whatever. So I had to take those things out of my life. And I had to stop being around. Hey Tony, hey Auntie, how you doing? I had to start making sure that I surrounded myself with energy that made me feel better. Energy that uplifts, energy that makes you feel good, energy that takes you to a happy place. I had to surround myself with that. And that meant even if when I surrounded it, it was when I was, man, I went through a whole phase. It's all on these videos. I went through a whole phase where I couldn't go to sleep without my skylight that would put the stars on my ceiling because I needed to, that made me feel like I was amongst the stars. And I just that I had to sleep like that. I had to sleep like that. I went through a phase where I had to literally not turn on anything but what inspired me. And some days it'd just be for, I didn't turn it on for 30 minutes and I get myself all good in the mood. Then it'd be some days where I didn't turn on nothing. I didn't take a call. I put my phone on do not disturb and I didn't take a call because at the time I wasn't trying to pull back from anybody. I was reaching out for myself. I had to completely grab me. If I can't be alone, if as soon as I get alone with myself, I gotta cry, I'm mad, I got, all these things that's not making me happy, then who would want to be alone with me? Who would? You don't want to be alone with yourself. And so it was time to empower, to uplift, to have the great energies the world has been given because it's let me make it. Through surgery, through life, through parenting, through any ups and downs, through learning curves. It's helped me. The universe has kept me, you know what I mean? So I got to trust it. I truly do. Oh, I trust it all. The trees, the sun, like I told y'all earlier. So, but yeah, we do. Wait, what was confirmed? And I think some of the worst Charlie horses I ever got in my life were like right before I had my kids. By the time I had my second kid, I knew that was a sign that labor was coming because I literally, the night before I had my oldest son, I got Charlie horse so bad that it took like an hour to get rid of it. Every time I thought it'd go away, I bent my leg, I moved it the wrong way, it came back. Then the same thing happened when I had my daughter. Like 2 days before I had her, once again, woke up out my sleep this time. The worst. So I knew it with my youngest. I'm like, oh yeah, these Charlie horses are unbearable. And they last longer than any Charlie horse I've ever had in my whole entire life. But yeah, ooh, I pity the fool. I can't tell you. I told you, Charlie horses are too much for me. But yeah, even in my music today, I wanted to go in my 80s zone because, I was born in 79 at the end of the year. So I'm an 80s baby. The 80s is my happy place. It's just, you know what I mean? I don't know. But like I said, me, I was too dark too long. And I won't say that none of the things I was dark about weren't wrong. They weren't bad. It wasn't things people said or did. Well, yeah, they were true. But where it was bad is what it did to me and how it made me. That was against who I am. So I'm just happy to be free from that. And like I said, there's many a shackles because as you go into dark spots in life and you abuse your body or whatever it is you're doing, when you do that, you put like I said, just like them lots of walls, you put lots of restraints on yourself. You you build walls in front of people. You do a bunch of stuff. And the only way to see them is to love you, forgive you. You know what I mean? And that's what I've been doing. And like I said, it's a process. It's a process. Because sometimes, like I said, the world get heavy. And you know what I mean? The old, you say, it's not that I don't get heavy. But sometimes I don't get down. Sometimes I don't critique myself more than somebody else might be. No, I might still do that, but it's different than before. I don't get dark. I don't just run around just with this cloud over me. I don't find myself where I literally can't go to sleep. Whether it would be, I can't go to sleep sober. I can't go to sleep till 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning because I can't stop this shit from racing through my mind. I can't talk to nobody without bringing up some negative stuff somebody did. It didn't even have to be right now. Them people don't even got to be in the room. But here I go. I can't let it go. I used to be just like that. And even when I see it in people, I don't think, oh, I can't stand it. What I think is, I feel so bad because I know what it's like that you're doing that and you're not doing it. So people could be like, oh my God, all you do is complain. Oh my God, all you do is think about the bad stuff. That's not why you do it. I was doing it because that's how I felt. But when I tell y'all, I have had more peace in my life in the last year than I have ever had since I was a little kid. Since before your innocence is gone, before you realize the world will take people you love so much and you never get them back, before it was any of that. That was the last time I felt peace. I came into this year at the top of the year and I lost my dog on the 2nd of January. But right before that, I came on my upload and I said, I just want to smile. I just want to enjoy life. And I just want to live. And I realized the main component in that is you feeling that. And you doing it. And that's what I did. And it was almost like somebody pushed me out of a tree and wings came out. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Earlier this year, the beginning of the year, my song was Learning to Fly. But I ain't got wings. That song just inspired me. I mean, I've loved that song for years, but it was something about it this year. It just was like, no, I feel that. Because that's what I feel like. I feel like they finally said, go on, push out the tree. I was so afraid. I don't know if I'm gonna fly. I don't know if I can fly. And I was swooping through the air. Let me see what y'all think. Yeah, see, it grows in the darkness. And I've learned that, you know what I mean? Like, you know how they always say diamonds are in the rough. Sometimes we turn our nose up at things because of its dark spots or where it's at. But the truth is, that's the everything. That's what everybody's want is right there. It's just down right now. You know, had I never came out, I think none of y'all would know me. Like, even if you saw me in the chats, but would I have ever came out of that dark spot to even be in the chat and been that nice and just be me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be nobody else. And when somebody says, man, Danny, I couldn't do it as you, and you wouldn't do as I do in the wrong things neither. Because that's why it's me. And I've accepted that. There's nothing wrong with who you are when you're okay with who you are. I stand firmly in who I am. So no one can make me feel bad about that. Nobody can make me question that. Nobody can. They can. Inner peace is. There's so many people telling you they're in peace. As soon as they open their mouth, you say, there's no way you're there and in peace. I can sit and tell y'all some terrible stories that I done and people done. Well, what's the peace? What I can tell you is that in the greatness of life is why you got what you got here today. And I can tell you, without the bad, I wouldn't be this either. I'd have to have them both. It had to go this way. I had to lose. I had to win. I had to fail. I had to pass. I had to fly. I had to fall. I had to. I had to kiss some toads. You know what I mean? I had to have my heart broken. But like I said, what got me through it was love. my village, the ancestors who I've never met, the ones I know. That's it. In this life, this hard knock life that I've lived. And that's what makes all of this. And that's how I feel about all of us. Some of the things that we think we should be ashamed of are things that make us most beautiful because you actually went through that and you still got a heart. You still can hold that crown with your head up. Wow. That's why I tell y'all in this kingdom, it's not made up of perfection because none of that exists. It's made up of the real blood, sweat, and tears that is us, all of us, with a different story and a different purpose and a different gift, but all alike. It's just how bright you want to shine. That's it. That's what you ask yourself. Am I a candle today? Because remember, a candle go out, but you can light it back. Or do you want to be a light and just turn it on? And the difference is right now, I'm a light. I turned it on. But I've always, just like all of us, I've always been a candle. And sometimes I waited a while to turn the candle back on. Sometimes I leave it off for a minute. Y'all know how it go. Sometimes I didn't want to light it. I didn't. I was okay in the dark. Then sometimes I tried to light it and the dark was better because the light hurt my eyes. And sometimes the light made me think. I used to tell people I love music, but I have points in my life when I can't listen to music because if I do, it'll make me think. It'll make me feel. It'll make me remember. And sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I don't want to think. And that's my tunnel vision. So thinking makes me feel, and feeling makes me hurt, and hurting makes me down. So I was like, I don't want to. And in the last year, I went back into my music bag. And some days I listen to that music and like I said, you cried to the cotton in your pillow was wet. Wasn't just your pillowcase. And sometimes you laughed and nobody was even there, but I felt every moment that I could remember from that song. And sometimes I got mad. And sometimes I wish I could have changed things, but I can't. Come on, that's why the time waits for no one and you can't get it back. So make sure in everything you're doing in the time you got is what you wanted to do. Because in that way, you don't have to worry about getting it back. If anything, you'll appreciate it more that you did it like that. That's just where I'm at. Let me see what y'all say. Which song is that? Learning to Fly? I sure can. Because there's a couple people who do it, but the one I'm talking about is Tom Petty. Hold on. I hate when you turn fast and let me straighten these words out that are real words. I want my old type, okay. I swear, I don't know if phones just do this because I'm sitting here in a whole 12, and I don't know it's because they dropped to 14, and my phone's like, oh, it's time for us to upgrade. I'm like, no, it's not. I don't just upgrade because new phones come out. Thank you, Auntie. Like I said, I'm telling y'all, when I was young, I used to tell people, I don't even want to live to see 25. Because I didn't. Because I just thought that if life can keep getting the way it was, and worse, and losses and things you love are going to leave, I just thought I didn't want to be there for it. you know. And then I was just so afraid of losing that I couldn't see anything else. That I didn't realize I was losing all this time. So, please, I'm excited. That's why I tell you, if I love you, I'm gonna give you your flowers while you're here. The best I can. You know, and that's to everybody I love. There's with no order, just the love. That's just it. That's it. And I'm not gonna worry about what somebody is or ain't. I know who I am, and that's it. That's all I can be. Yeah, my auntie know. I mean, I could be a firecracker, but one thing my auntie know is that one thing I've always had. I would say I've always had a good heart. I always have. I always had dimples and a smile, and like I said, but also I can go dark. And can cuss you out. I've never cussed my auntie out. Y'all was raised with some damn boundaries now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Dang. I ain't grow up on a barn now. But I tell people all the time, I never say it was my mom or even my dad's life that made me like that. It was life. It was life. I said it was one wall after another being built up, and I didn't realize the person I was imprisoning was me. So that's it. It just freed me. I let me out the cage. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. Even when we come on here, I can't speak for nobody else, but even I could go get the worst person who probably didn't like me, and they not gonna come on here and be like, "Oh, Danny ain't shit because she wasn't shit because she ain't shit." They ain't gonna say that. Matter of fact, they probably are gonna say to you like, "It's not even worth me getting." You know what I mean? Like for what? For what? Not because I'm untouchable, because I just ain't that to people. Like, and if we were in that space, they know that the best thing to do is leave me the hell alone, because that's what I'm doing to them. That's respect. Respect is letting me leaving you alone. Oh, Marianne. That's right, diamonds grow under pressure. I know. That's right. And even when YouTube, Tina say, and even when YouTube don't want to even let us know I'm on, I said, what is YouTube doing to me, y'all? What I do to YouTube? What I do to YouTube? But I know you, man. I'm telling y'all, if I set up my live on my phone, and I go to put it in monetization, it'll do it. And I get on this computer and go do it. They ask me a million questions. What rating is it? Are you using Phil Flying Phil? I said, dang it, yes. Say, you ain't know, you don't know now. Who could drop the F bomb like me? You don't know now. You don't know. That's what I was saying to him, man. But you see, they ain't had to tell me twice, and I calmed down. Because, like I said, at the end of the night, when I can freely do what I want to do, I will. When you're doing, like when you're sitting there and you're branding or making a business or you're working or you're being professional, you can do that. So, like I said, this ain't no professional platform where y'all gonna have me in no business attire, no. But I think we could drop the F bomb a little bit. They didn't say you could never say it, but I could definitely, the notches down, turn it down a few notches. But when I got to talking straight Ebonics slang, jive turkey, if you want to call it, I will. I sure will. Because I told y'all I'm your Huckleberry, which, oh my goodness. I was watching Tombstone the other day, and I don't care what they say. I fall more in love with Doc every doggone time. I said, this man is sitting here. bleeding out his mouth from tuberculosis, and I am still in love. We come off that thing, he swinging that little quarter around his hand, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm your huckleberry." I said, "Oh, that's my kind of man. I need me a doc in my life." Nobody else watched Tombstone and thought they needed a doc in their life. I did every time I watch it. Thank you, Marianne. I pride myself on when I was young. Most kids wanted to just cuss because they was away from adults. I wanted to make it make sense and use them real cuss words. And it don't get no realer than that. So I curbed that word. And then you be out in life and you learn when you really want to get your point across, you used it. When you really want to tell a story, you used it. And it just became. I told you, I blame Richard Pryor and all them. I grew up on the great comedians, We dropped F-bombs. That sound like a regular day over here up in the kingdom. I kid y'all not. In the same live, I can cry with y'all and laugh with y'all. And then we talking about recipes, and I'm ready to come over your house and just sit in the kitchen all night, like the Golden Girls, just sitting there with a cheesecake, anything Tina done cooked. You know what I'm saying? Swing on up. Susan was over there making some sweet potato casserole the other day. I was thinking, man, if she talk about this one more time while I'm around her or I'm talking to her, I promise I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, no, I be keeping a what food I will eat when I'm around y'all chart. And if you never named the food, don't worry. When I saw you say that's delicious, I decided that's what we gonna eat together. You already know. In one live, you already know. Hey. I can't help it. I just go everywhere. But with love. Because like I said, it's like every time I get around y'all, it's not just, it's that safe place. You talk about anything. That's why I said, when we in here, there's no such thing as you're a bad mother. If you were any part of the upbringing of a child, you were a great mother figure. You were a great part of, you know what I mean? So we don't do that here. Like I said, I don't bash. Just a lot of these content creators. I can tell you what they did wrong. I can tell you what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? But one, I'd be booked and busy just telling you that all night. But then two, why would I bash them? I'm not opening the door for that. So, because then all they millions come running over to defend. Now we in a war in the kingdom. And this is my kingdom is like Wakanda. You can't get in here. There's a shield around it. Didn't I tell y'all we built it with such a good foundation? We built it off love. We built it off respect. We built it with a crown on our heads. Everybody wore a crown. You didn't wear my crown. You wore your crown. And for that, it could weeble, it could wobble, but it won't fall down. They'll be out there bombing it like Normandy. We won't even know. We don't even know. We be saying, hey, girl, so then he said, what? Girl, that's my song, girl. Then we'll come out to YouTube and you'll be hearing all over YouTube. Man, they was over there bombing Danny's Kingdom. Say, when? That's what I'll be saying. When? They were? We didn't even notice it. We must have had cheap bombs because we didn't know. But some of these people, I swear, all you got to say is the name of their kingdom and they are done. They're about to break. They defended it for 6 weeks and you think, I ain't even say nothing bad about your kingdom. Hey, Bill. You ain't say nothing bad. All you said was the name of it. They about to break. Say, Danny was over there talking shit about the kingdom. Say, what'd she say? She just said, that our kingdom, sometimes the chat be so buck wild, she can't go in it. In the chat to be in there talking, I can't stand that and she make me sick. Take that blood out your hair, half I can't. You be like, this is what I'm talking about. Didn't I just say the chat be buck wild? I mean, booyaka, booyaka, boom, boom. And not one of them will bust a water balloon at a beach party. But everybody up in there, buck. They like a Steven Seagal movie, extra cheesy, but lots of stuff going on. But the kingdom is no matter where you came from. I don't care. You're never going to walk in. I'm like, so what area you be in? What sector you belong to? Because I don't belong to a sector. Because like I told him, I can see a sector worthy of me saying I want to be a part of that. I'd rather be in no sector and just be a free, like, I'm an independent contractor. Or I'd start my own. But that's it. That's me. That's right, sisters in solidarity. And when we standing in here with the kings, we're standing in solidarity. That's what sis means around here. So it is a respect, and the men are the kings and the women are queens, and we all wear a crown. It's that simple. Everybody wears a crown. And I'm not here to, I'm going to respect whatever and whoever you are. Just tell me so I can know. You know what I mean? I know better, I do better. But you can't walk in and expect me to just know. You're telling me where's your crown, and I just see your jewels. And every day when we come in here and we respect and love on each other, and we look around, y'all see it sometimes. I look around and I see other people trying to duplicate the kingdom. And that's nice. You know what I mean? That's the best form of flattery. You know what I mean? So, because we ain't doing something wrong. Oh yeah, deflection. Oh, that's everywhere. Mm-hmm. Yes. But I know, like, tomorrow, like I said, y'all already know I'm going to do an early morning live. Because, like I said, last year, I was fighting myself in my emotions, being away from everything I know. Because sometimes the hardest things are the newest things. I'm not a good person with sudden change. And, but I knew I wasn't like I had forced myself away. I wasn't in a bad place. Like I said, last year, they all took me out to dinner, my people out there, and they loved on me, and they loved me the whole time I was there. So that's never, just like even here, I am loved. You know what I mean? That's never the question. It's just like I said, when your mental's off, that's not the part you see. And so, like I said, you just have to learn your triggers and who you are. Because for a long time, some of the things I didn't think were triggers on me, or I didn't think I would had a problem. I thought everybody else had a problem. And I was perfectly fine. But man, I am 43 years old. I'm about to have my fourth grandchild. My oldest son will be 26, almost 30 years old. No matter what life has dealt me, I'm still here. I'm still smiling. And I haven't gave up. Hashtag winning. Hashtag loving life. Hashtag grateful. That's what I can tell you. Because see, when the next time I come in front of y'all and is that Judge Evie done came up in the building? Evie, how are you doing, sister? How are you doing? Surprised to see you in here. Didn't even know you came through the kingdom. Respect. And see what you're in here saying. Well, tonight I'm just talking about getting ready to go into my 43rd chapter, reflecting off this last year. You come in the building, Yvette, you know what I'm saying? It's no ill wills here. I don't hold no grudges to nobody. I ain't got damn thing against you. One thing I say, I never would have thought we'd be on two different sides of the track, meaning that I never would have thought we'd ever be in a place of anything but good. But such is life. We live and we learn. You know what I mean? But like I told you, now I can say it to you. Like I told you when you came on, you said a shout out to my channel. Even though in your shout out you said go join a motherfucker. I said, wait a minute, Judge Evie. But I think you might drop the M and F and word more than me, and I drops it a lot. Thank you. I just did a different color. I was gonna put blonde all over it, but then I didn't like it all the way through, like halfway through it. So I just did a half piece. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Like I said, so that's what we were talking about. Just life, changing things, changing that part of me that just lived in so much pain that I was giving out pain. You know what I mean? Being glad that I found peace, realized it was a privilege, and living in it. You know what I mean? Shit, life ain't perfect. It ain't cookies and cream. It ain't peaches and cream. But it's got things in it that make me happy. And I just got tired of missing my water because my rail ran dry. And so that's where I'm in. And so, like I said, in every adventure I've had through this here YouTube, everything, every experience, I'm grateful for it all. I don't take none of it for granted. I don't feel bad or nothing. I'm done. Because the one thing I haven't done in my whole time here is stepped on nobody, used nobody, lied to nobody, and definitely ain't tried to hurt nobody. That's a fact. And I can honestly sit in a place and be like, man, I've grown a lot. Because I can't say before I would have stepped on nobody back or no shit like that, but I definitely would have hurt a few people. Intentionally, not intentionally, but I would have hurt a few people. And I know me because I was hurt. And hurt people. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Judge Evie, for the super chizat. Yes, thank you, Auntie. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm happy because, like I said, it's hard out here. Because out here, sometimes it's not even just because you want to go off; it's you got to flex your car because these people, it's not going, it don't work over here. Ain't nobody listening because half of them don't want the flex. It's all caps. Yeah, so I'm just happy. I'm excited, and I'm just excited to go into this next chapter. That's why I'm excited to see what 43 will be, and if I can mature, because I want to keep growing. I got a long way to go. I got a lot of vices to still take out, but if I can grow mentally and spiritually in my mind and everything else, this year, this next year, this year that I'm going into, like I did this year, oh, skies is the limits. It's only gonna keep getting better. I said it's only gonna keep getting better. Just like I said, after, you know, as long as I'm here in this hotel, I'm gonna start going back to. I'm gonna bring my equipment in, and I might as well just start doing what I'm gonna do. I plan to order my drones tomorrow. You know what I mean? Start working on that. So it's just like you gotta level up. I got to level up because if I don't, I'm telling y'all, you just stay stagnant. And something about me, if I stay stagnant, I'm worse than, it gets worse. You know what I mean? hmm Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming in here and giving love. Thank you for giving respect to each other. You know what I mean? That's the one. Respect go a long way. It go a long way. Disrespect or how you trying to get back respect for a long time, but respect go a long way. So thank you everybody for coming in here and giving respect. Thank you for hanging out with me at the last hours of being 42. Next time I check in with y'all in the morning, I'll be 43. So thank you for loving on me. Thank you for loving on each other. Thank you for coming in here and wearing your crowns at all times. Thank you. Like I said, the crown is heavy. The crown is heavy. And some days I found myself taking the crown off because I thought I couldn't hold my head up. But now I can hold my head up with the crown on it. So thank you. Thank you for coming here and wearing your crowns. Thank you for letting your jewels shine up in here. You know what I mean? Because everybody's crown got different jewels on it. Thank you for letting it shine. And thank you. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for being my eyes when I can't even see because y'all already know I be missing a lot. I'm missing half the thing. Thank you for being on this team with me this year. And you know what? I know it's not New Year's Eve and we going into it in a year, but it's the birth of a new part of me. So, and that's to me, to everybody when you take that trip around the sun. Because now I'm about to take another 365 days around the sun again to my next birthday. So thank you. And me and Nino will see you in the morning when I will be 43. And he'll think it's his birthday, and he'll think he's supposed to wake up to a gift. You know what I mean? That's where he gonna be at. So thank you. You know what? The wrappers from the bags I use for the hair are on the thing, and all the places for him to lay. He said, "Let me lay right on this empty wrapper." I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't. I don't. I told him this morning, I said, whoa, this is my first birthday in 16 years not having Diamond here with me, right? And I guess he told me today, well, I'm going to give you double the trouble with the dogs. And I promise you, he has been Diamond. Diamond was so spoiled, y'all. Y'all think Dino spoiled. Oh, my God. He has been Diamond today. He has been him. I said, oh, he going to give me both of them. He going to give me both of them. He a mess. But all right, y'all, because I know I want to get across the street and go get me something to eat. That's where I was going to go. And that's why I said I know I'm going to stay on for like an hour because I definitely wanted to go across the street and get me something to eat. And I've learned something about them. They close at 11. If you go in there at like 10, 10:30, it's kind of sketchy. You might get the... might get the wrong order. You'd be like, okay, wait, what's going on? Y'all really want to get out of here. And then everything you ask extra is never there. So you say, oh, let me get some of that sweet heat sauce and let me grab some of that ranch. And you might as well you better go in that bag and look all the way through it before you go. Because I promise they just like, get out so we can lock the door. Get out so we can clean up and close. Yeah. So I try to go in there like the latest 9:30 because then it's perfect at 9:30. But you want to sit down and eat? Because they have this tomato basil soup in there. So if I get something to eat, last time I always say, dang, I want to get something and bring it back. But even though I'm across the street, by the time you cross the street, it's not hot no more. I don't want to heat it up in the microwave. So I said, if I get there before like 9:30, I can order me a thing of tomato basil soup and actually sit there and eat the tomato basil soup. So I decided that's what I was going to do today. The tomato basil, I must eat it when it's so hot that it burns your mouth all through. Like, oh, I love it like that. And I have to have some like Parmesan or some mozzarella cheese or something. But I really wish I had crostinis so I could just dip them in there. Oh, and eat the crostinis. Oh, the good old days at Nordstrom's. You know, Nino gonna turn up. He lit like he said, turn up. He like turned down for what? Because he got to turn up. You know, you think it's his birthday. Then on his birthday, I can't celebrate like he can because that's his birthday. It's just too much. I tell you, y'all. Absorb the. I need a combination of them both. Auntie, what we talking? Well, Auntie, you can call me and tell me what you was talking about down because I'll be like, wait, I need to combine both. Which one? Because look, I started thinking about the restaurant, and I'm like, wait, she's not talking about the tomato basil soup, is she? You know, my auntie don't even eat meat. She ain't eat none of that shit I'm eating. The tomato basil might be as far as I get them. And I need to call you anyway too, Auntie, in the morning because we might go see what you call it tomorrow, early one. I don't know. I gotta see. If not, I'll talk to you though. It'll be this week. Matter of fact, I'll call you when I get out of here. So, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm going to get me something to eat first, though. That's what I'm going to do first. I'll call you while I'm eating tomato basil soup. That's what I'm gonna call you. But all right, guys, I love you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. It's a holiday tomorrow. It's a call off work. Tell your boss, Danny's birthday. I ain't even coming to work. That's what you call your boss. And your boss is gonna tell you, I hope Danny gonna cut you some checks. And then say, no, she not. So then go on and go to work. Just try it because it sounds good. But y'all have a good one. And I'll see you tomorrow. You saying bye, Nate? I guess he's saying bye to me because he gave me a girl bye look. Oh, y'all. Oh, I can't with this time. Love you. I'm out.